Critical updates November 3, 2023 with Juan O Savin. Russia News Now. Juan O Savin tells John Chambers that we need to mentally prepare for terrorist attacks on U.S. soil and for the near-death experience from a Cuban Missile Crisis type of event that he's been telling us about for years and which he says we're about to go through very soon. This will be compounded by the hundreds of thousands, if not millions of terrorists now on U.S. soil who will be laying siege to U.S. infrastructure, and who are being brought in, as we speak, packed on the returning military transport planes that have been dropping off munitions to Israel. Time equals 400 ms, greater than. He repeats what he's said many times over the past 3 years, that Trump is securely in place. The nuclear deterrent is not in the hands of Biden or the people at the Pentagon. We're going to go through one hell of a trial here, with all the terrorists that have been imported into the country, but he also says that the 2020 election will be nullified before 2024, which is only 7 weeks away, and that when this happens, Trump will be recognized as commander-in-chief. Juan adds that this will not be before the situation has deteriorated stateside to the point where U.S. troops have to be brought back from their foreign deployments to defend their own country. Again, he's suggesting that all of this will be happening within the next 55 days. Of the recent mass shooting in Maine, Juan says that it took one guy to tie up all of the police resources of the region, and he says, "What are you going to do when the country has 100,000 or 1 million or several million terrorist-minded people that are being backed up by foreign countries, as well as Washington, D.C., acting like it's protecting a foreign operation and their globalist friends, protecting the terrorists as they go to work on our railroads, our shipping, our truck and interstate system, our power grid to lock down America. Like a sniper, you don't need an entire army to freeze up a base. 2 snipers in the right position and the whole base goes into lockdown. All they have to do is have a few snipers to take it out, and you have 350 million people not moving, not going to work, not taking their kid to childcare, not going to the soccer game, not hanging out for the Christmas party. Time equals 400 ms, greater than. We are in a very, very serious moment in time, and our military is being deployed everywhere else in the world but here in America, with intent to leave us naked to the rapists. To not believe we're coming into that kind of trauma and drama is to have your head in the sand. We know for a fact these people have been let into the country, and the fact that they get credit cards that get recharged every month for $2,200. These military-aged men coming in from some of these various places. We know they're shipping in people from Gaza. Dozens of plane flights a day, now bringing them in. Freighters taking weapons and supplies over to Israel, coming back packed full of refugees, and about half of them voted for Hamas, probably more. So, that's very serious. There is only one very thin but most powerful group that does not recognize the Biden presidency, and they're locked up in Cheyenne Mountain Strategic Command, NORAD, right now. They have been since March 15, 2020. I know that's shocking too. People, you can do your research. That's what's going on. There's a command and control fight between Senior Executive Service and North American Command and Strategic Command over who actually has authority over the nuclear arsenal. Trump is not operating as commander-in-chief. He's recognized, and will be recognized at some point in the future, as not having been defeated in the last election, which will be nullified at some point. They're not going to say Trump won the election, although that's the way it is. We don't need that. It's so convoluted from 2020, and we have more information, more facts, more data, every day, that shows that. Wisconsin just said the drop boxes were totally illegal. You couldn't use those drop boxes, according to Wisconsin law. The Tennessee error, where you have 5 counties that said, "Hey, our machines aren't working right," reported it to the sheriffs reported it to the FBI. FBI went to Homeland Security and Cybersecurity, CISA. The Minion actually made a patch, but only for those 5 counties, after the election. They didn't provide the patch to other counties in Tennessee that had the same problem but just didn't report it to the police. They didn't provide the fix to other counties around America that had the same issue. They just ignored it. Pennsylvania. 58 out of 67 counties in Pennsylvania, 58 of them had more people vote than they had registered voters in the counties. And in a perfect election, you usually only get 65% maximum turnout in a presidential race to vote, other than the registered voters. They have 110%, 115%, 120% turnout. Impossible. Time equals 400 ms, greater than, somewhere in here. The American people will not allow that the king has no clothes. That lie to continue on. And that's what's happening right now. You have an illegitimate, not just president, but administration, including congressional people running America, doing the bidding of their foreign masters and their corporate masters, who are bought and paid for, here, in the country. You're on the verge of nuclear war, because of a stolen election. That election will be nullified before 2024. When it's nullified, it means that the existing commander-in-chief continues as commander-in-chief, because a stolen election is an act of war, be it done by foreign nationals or treasonous, traitorous members within our own society. It is an act of war. Trump will be recognized as commander-in-chief, but it will not be before troops are deployed on U.S. soil, and we're in one hell of a fight coming. I told your audience and other numerous audiences it will be a near-death experience for America. That's not to be confused with a bad hair day. Thank God. I think we come through it intact. That's where we're going. Juan then begins screaming at the top of his lungs about the 51 intelligence officers who signed the open letter claiming Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian disinformation, and how the U.S. is now about to send its children off to fight World War III, because these treasonous intelligence officers lied. Juan says they will be tried in military tribunals before all of this is over.